So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Spread 38. Spread 38.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the play fake. Jones. And Green with a catch left side. And he gets it down to the 32. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. Oh, good footwork on the spin. Touchdown, LA! Melvin Gordon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st down, Bortles. Going right side here, and that's complete. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
380. 380.
Into the red zone. It's Bortles. His throw incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
So right, so right.
Bortles going to throw. Flush to his right. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. In for the score. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Lambo on for the extra point. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Ohio! Ohio! Let's go!
Jones on 1st and 10. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Flex round! Flex round! Cut!
Throwing Jones. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Green. And down he'll go at the 25. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go! What? 90! What? 90!
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Here we go!
Here's Jones, operating from the gun. Gets it to Gordon. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Ohio!
Now Jones on 1st down. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Give him 30 yards there.
But simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Barry Church, the strong safety, the one to get him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
second down. They'll run with Gordon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Chargers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go.
Now Jones. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Caleb Sturgis now for the Charger field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they take a 17-14 lead. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. Over the middle, complete. It's Lee. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This one from 48 yards away. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you've got the second half to play.
And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
We got three. Come on, let's go. Grand 38.
A final shot before break. Jones. Henry's got it out on the left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Jones now to throw on second down. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
Here we go.
Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Henry. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He'll field this at the 5. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Bortles now on 1st down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
380.
Bortles now to throw. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, a ball may come your way.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Come on, let's go. Ryan 38.
On 1st and 10, Jones. He's going to loft one deep, try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it, and...
Yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise him and catch him off guard. Instead, you created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
Here we go.
A handoff to Fournette. And able to work his way down to the 16. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Lambeau to add on the extra point. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Chargers. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38! That's right. Ohio!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
Jones looking to throw on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. It's Green. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go!
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He'll return it from the 6. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cole. Now the ball comes loose, and this is recovered by the Chargers. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Jones, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. A gain of 6 there on first.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Jones. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Allen, the intended receiver.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 15.
76.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. A good productive run there on 1st down. He winds up getting 8.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
And he caught it up and picked up by the Chargers. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
Lucky 56.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
3-19.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it. A gain of 3, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Move. Move. Move.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Desmond King making the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Again, it's Fournette. And an alley to run. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Green 80.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Chargers getting set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw, Shimon. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Now Shimon. And that is incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. He's been terrific so far. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Take it at the 37. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
From midfield, here's Bortles. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Fournette. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
380. 380.
They'll run it again with Fournette. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And they went the wrong way there. losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff.